What's up, my love? How you doing?
Doing good.
Happy Thursday night. The
On
weekend about to
Friday.
get cracking.
What's about to go down?
I don't know. What do we have planned this weekend?
Not a damn thing, and I want to keep it that way.
You always say that, and then we always get into something
No.
like NWA. No, we're supposed to catch up on the Mandalorian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So far, so good. I'm feeling it. I know you and Tito have already seen it, so it's good.
We
But we're
don't
trying
mind watching it again.
Yeah.
I missed some parts.
I think we're halfway through, like 5 or 6 episodes. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
How many episodes was it in the first season?
I don't remember. They went by fast.
Yeah, it did. It did go by fast, but it's coming back though. So we're gonna try to catch up by that time, and then I owe you another series. What I have to watch with you?
Nothing.
No, you told me I have to watch something with you, so you can get caught back up on it. Something like it's women in the future, and they're like only there to have babies. I just remember the first episode
it's
was
on
weird.
Hulu.
It's like a brother and a white girl running in the forest or whatever, and people are chasing them.
It's Oh my goodness.
Something tail. Something tail.
Why can't I remember the name?
Because you blown. Something
I'm
tail.
thinking of.
Is it Handmaiden's
Yes,
Tale?
yes,
There you go.
yes.
See,
Handmaid's
I've
Tale.
only seen one episode, but you talked about it a lot, so that's why I knew what
I want
it
to
was.
watch that shit again. I
Yeah.
don't know when the fucking next season's coming.
So where would
Take
we
it forever. I'll be forgetting what'll be happening and shit.
where would we watch it? Like on Hulu or some shit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm down.
We need to upgrade that shit because I can't do commercials.
What
I'm
do you
sorry,
mean you can't
shit.
do commercials? You above commercials now?
Like, I mean, I'm sure we have a few extra dollars to spare.
It's not about the money. I didn't know you were sitting through commercials. Go ahead and upgrade it. I think if we upgrade it, then I have access to more actual sports. So it might be a good look for me when I have 7 minutes to check something out. So I think that'd be a good look. But hey, thank you for joining us. This is the Moragnes. I am Diami. You are
Mimi.
Mimi. And as always, we are outside, al fresco. It was actually cold. We could have done this in the garage. You might have to
Yeah,
set
but
that
I'm
back
cool
up.
here. No, I'm cool.
So you enjoy doing this outside
Yes.
versus going back inside?
Yes.
Why is that?
I'll even do it under the patio when it rains.
Oh, like
I
Tony
just
Talk.
love the outside. I'm inside like most of the time. Well, no,
Yeah.
I get to go out and do things.
You
but
out in the free world more than I am, but you're right. I mean, again, COVID has changed a lot and continues to change a lot, and that's a perfect segue into the first topic of the night. Before we do you want to give any shout outs to anybody as we have dogs in the background barking and shit? Like I said, we're outside. We're in my backyard.
No, man, it's been hot in Chino. Shit.
Yeah, there was some. What happened? There was a carjacking or some shit, and
Yeah.
officer shot somebody. There was like 3 suspects or something. So it popped off, and now we got whatever's going on over there. So hopefully, whoever that
What do you
is safe
call?
and is all
You
good.
can't call them ghetto birds.
What are they called out here? Helicopters. They're just regular shit. We are nowhere. This is not just because you heard sirens in the back. Chino's not heard. People, Chino has a prison. Yeah, cool. Good luck. So no, this is
Yeah, that's where they're going.
this is not rough, rugged, and raw. Who knows?
Prison.
But hopefully, wherever they're going, that person is well and is able to get taken care of. So, before we get into the
Yes,
show,
my girl Ash.
you have some. Okay,
Oh, shout out to my girl Ash.
that's what's up.
Can't wait to see you, mama.
All right, cool. So, your boy, Trumpito,
What?
caught COVID on last Friday, and under the orders of doctors, went to the hospital to get treatment, as he should. And on Monday, was well enough to be released back to the White House, where he flew in a helicopter, walked up to little, I don't know, the entrance, I don't know what that's called, the balcony, and ripped off his mask, and looked like he tried to take a deep breath or some shit, but it was just real cinematic. They shot the scene twice to get it right. You're not on social media. You really don't, try to dig into the news. I usually have to hip you to something, and then you'll go and you'll check it out.
It's just that's the reason I got off of social media. There's just too much fucking negative shit out there. I don't have time room for that in my life right now.
Yeah.
I ain't got room for that. I mean, yes, should I be more in touch with what's going out there? Yes, maybe so, but I got bigger fish to fucking fry. I'm sorry, I'll let you handle that.
You let me handle
Yes.
it. Okay.
While you're there in your boring meetings.
So, how do you feel about this? Like, how did you feel, let me ask you, when you first heard Trump has COVID? How did you feel?
I was like, damn. You know, I'm a big believer in karma.
Oh, okay.
So, that's it. If it's, so people can vote for him shit, one of those moves.
Yeah, some propaganda type shit.
He's going to really get that karma's going to get him. And whatever.
So you weren't one of these people that was wishing death on him?
No. Yeah, I don't wish death on nobody.
Right. Yeah, that was...
Nobody.
I can understand where the anger's at. Personally, I'm not wishing death on anybody. He's responsible for a lot. 200 and now 10,000 last I heard people's death. So I can understand where the anger comes to
We're the ones with higher deaths, right?
Yeah.
Like
of the wealthiest type of countries, yes.
That's sad.
Yeah. So he was able to recover. He's back home. He was working. They were showing photos of him working while he was, at the hospital.
Blank page.
Yeah, signing the blank page. The blank page. He comes out and he announces that it was a blessing from God that he was given COVID, and that he now has beaten it. He's no longer sick, and he wants Americans not to be afraid by it, to fight back, to whatever that shit means. And then the next day he releases another video where he basically pubs his homeboy's business. Regeneron is owned by a member of his club, and he's out there they drop Regeneron, this great drug, Regeneron.
Yeah, I just heard that first part. I was like, what the fuck, man?
He's out there pushing T. He's spitting bars about drugs.
That's sad.
And maybe he doesn't directly profit, but this is someone that he has a business tie with.
This is our president.
Yes, this is our president doing his business in the time of a pandemic where people are still dying from the disease that you have. So instead of being more sympathetic to what is going on, because now you have experienced
that's the thing. Like, a lot of his followers aren't sympathetic.
Well, because that's his attitude. So his attitude.
And they say, "Oh, I like him because he doesn't, he says how he feels. He doesn't let nobody get bullied. Like, there's certain things as a president, like you just can't do. You just can't fucking do. Whether you really feel like that or not, like, you keep that shit, like, you don't."
Being the president of the United States, I envision like being a mother. You got to keep everybody happy.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter who wants to do this, your son who wants to do that, your husband who wants to do this, your kid who wants to do that. You have to be able to bring people to the medium and make it happen. So it's like being a parent. And he's not a good parent. He's the type of parent who'll say, hey, these 3 boys want to fight you. Well, you better go fight them and don't come back until, you beat them up. Just like, it's not my problem, it's yours. You better go ahead and handle it. And if you can't handle it, you're weak.
I mean, how old is that child, though?
Doesn't matter. Unless your kid is Bruce Lee or some shit. You got 3 people, keep fighting them until, they beat you to death type shit. No. You gonna let somebody jump your kid? If 3 kids is there just throwing dukes on Diami, you're gonna be like, oh, get him, D, swing.
Fuck no.
Baba weave. Remember what they taught you at Chongos? Like, come on. You
better not cry, motherfucker.
Like, what do you.
Oh, I thought you said it just. Okay, no, I understood you wrong.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool.
Of course not. Probably be the first one fucking fighting.
You'd be swinging.
Shit.
Catching charges and shit.
I'll catch charges for my kid.
Ontario PD, Mr. Moragne, we have your wife here. What's she there for? She accidentally walk out with a bottle of Tide. No, she put her hand. She assaulted a 15. A what? Oh yeah, I'm busy. Let her ass sit down for the night.
Whatever. No, I'm sure that shit's recorded now. Would never, never like, hey, you do the you get the first swing, and whether it lands or not, I'm gonna defend myself.
So you don't think you can neutralize the situation? You just got to start throwing.
No, if that
blows?
motherfucker's swinging at me, well, guess what?
That's the first reaction. Bah!
Yes. I mean, depending if he's almost there, shit,
Yeah.
I'll, you know, I mean, I don't
so
know.
you're talking about you fighting dude kids too? you go in here with 17-year-olds?
Fuck you.
No, I'm just asking you a
Let
question.
me stay in fucking prison. You the real little bitch ass shit. I don't give a fuck. I'll do that too. I ain't scared.
I'll come get you, baby. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Shit.
Daddy.
I'll tell you this much.
I tell you what, that's not happening. You know better. Because if some little 17-year-old beat you up, then I gotta beat him.
Don't be
up.
mad if I come back and when I use the strap on. Shit.
Ugh. Shit. You could go knock out Mike Tyson and that shit ain't happening. So I don't know. I don't know who you think you messing with, but yeah, go ahead.
Shit, I ain't gonna have no women licking.
No,
I ain't
what?
gonna be licking no women's coochie.
What are you talking about? Oh, going to jail?
Yes.
Oh,
shit.
you scared of having the lesbians run up on you and make you the bottom? You don't want to be the bottom?
I don't.
Well, stay out of jail. Word to the wise. There you go. Problem eliminated. You ain't got to worry about it.
Shit, you don't be knowing, fuck.
What do you, I mean, what? No, what don't I know? Are you moving like weight on the side or something? You got a little underground tunnel of drugs or some shit? Is that why your pops ran to Chihuahua real quick?
Oh, hell no, don't be fucking saying that shit.
Nah, it's a joke. But you're saying I don't be knowing, so what I don't be knowing? What you got going on?
Yeah, he brought back some tequila.
He brought back some tequila and
This
cheese.
motherfucker, he risked a
Dope,
brought an
man.
extra
Dope,
bottle
man.
of tequila. I'm like, Dad. And he's like, they don't know. I'm like, oh, God, whatever. Dude.
You know, if he would have got popped, he would have got popped. And he had to pay the fine and lose a bottle or whatever. You know, it's those stupid things.
No, I would have had to pay the fine.
No, they make you pay right then and there, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to reimburse him
Why would you reimburse him?
because it's my bottle.
Oh, your bottle was the extra bottle. Then you can't complain. You say good
I
looking.
told him don't bring it because I ain't paying that fucking ticket.
Okay, but you didn't get caught, so you should say thanks, pops. Good looking out. Give him a hug and keep pushing. Like,
Well, I did.
okay, and then you still complaining
Wait, we
about
were
it.
supposed to drink that tonight.
What we were supposed to drink? The Sotol?
Yeah, a little shot. I haven't had that in a while. Oh fuck, I can't.
We can't. You're taking your muscle relaxer.
You know what? Fuck
Can we
you.
tell that story? Let's yes, let's tell that story.
You know what? You know what?
What?
If you Google this shit,
If I Google what?
what I fucking have,
Right.
you wouldn't know. No wonder it felt like I was getting a fucking heart attack. Those are the symptoms.
You were not having a heart attack.
I thought I was.
Your arm was not stiff.
I'm like, fuck,
It
man.
was just
my
a
arm's
portion
falling
of your
asleep
upper
already.
chi was stiff. It wasn't your arm.
Not because the back hurt too.
Uh-huh.
Because the back hurt too. So
Okay. Well, I was rubbing you the whole nine, but I didn't, you weren't locking up. You could still talk. You weren't having a stroke. Your face
but it
wasn't
just
changing.
started getting worse and worse.
Right.
To a point that, which I knew was a cramp. Now, what I know now, that's a cramp.
Hard in the gym at that time. So, you had been doing a lot of lifting and just kind of some overexertion. So, but you're getting better, right?
Yeah. Slowly, I mean, they put me on no fucking weights for a month, which is gonna be fucking hard.
Well, you can, like I said, just work on your cardio, work on your stamina. I'm not doing any
Yeah.
weights. I'm just walking.
I'm able to run more now. Well, jog.
Jog, yeah, that's good though. But you can also do, like I said, the knee and the thigh exercises, things like that. You can definitely go ahead and do that. So you'll be good. Just, I'm looking forward to taking walks with you and, going into the gym, doing sit-ups, whatever. I'm here to support you when it comes to that. So,
Thank you.
I got your back. So before we get out of here on this Trumpito, what do you feel about him not now saying no checks for the folks that need them until after he's reelected?
That ain't right. It's not because it's not that I don't need to check, like that I don't need to check. It just ain't right because there's a lot of people that really do need it.
Right.
It's like fuck you anyway, but these people do need it. And it's just you're bullying people. That's fucked up. I mean, but I ain't surprised. It is America.
How do you feel about the other side of the ticket, Biden and Kamala Harris? How do you feel about that? I want to feel like we're just one-sided here.
I haven't really looked into that, like into him, about what they're, because who he is or what's going on, because I haven't really been on. I've been really busy. Fuck. I've been really busy. I haven't. And when I finally sit down and like relax, the last thing I want to do is just worry about politics.
So are you just going to vote because you don't like Trump?
I'm going to vote just because I don't like Trump.
So that's it. You just don't like him, and that's the only reason you're voting.
And I don't think he's a good president.
Okay.
I really don't think so.
So you feel as if whoever comes into office cannot do anything worse than what this guy's done. Is basically where you're at with it.
I don't think so, because I mean, look at him. Look at this, like, man, I mean, it just ain't just the way the world is right now. Well, not the world, but just America, how broken we fucking are.
Yeah.
We're a broken household.
Because we got a bad daddy. We're saying the president is like, the head of the household.
Can he be any worse? Probably. Can he be any better? We're in hopes. But I think anybody's better than Trump.
I think we need a change. I think he's got to go just because of everything that is going on, the way he's handled the virus alone. There's the evidence of him knowing when he knew, and the way whether you agree with him or not, to hide the truth from the American public was the right thing to do. It didn't work. And so normally when you do things that don't work, the people that you have been given the trust to make that move usually distrust you. They don't go back to you in time of need because you've already, fumbled the bag, so to speak. But it's weird because he continues to fumble the bag and his people continue to support him. It's almost like he is, the Teflon Don, Trumpito, nothing's going to stick to him, right? With Biden and Harris, they have, each of them, put in place laws that put black and brown men in jail for stuff that maybe they shouldn't have, and on the stuff that they should have been locked up for, they were excessively sentenced. And Biden had the chance to correct that when he was the vice president with Obama. They could have probably repealed some of those people, got them out of, reduced some of those sentences. Maybe, so I'm sure that a lot of these, people deserve some sort of prison time for whatever their crimes were. But again, and probably some of that was excessive. You could have lightened those sentences to make amends for, the wrongs that you did. So they, with Kamala Harris, she was a district attorney. She's doing her job. Joe Biden passed a bill. So both of them, have aided in the incarceration of us.
And seeing that and shit like that, now that I know that, it's just like, fuck. Well, I gotta check my check the facts, but
yeah, I'm not bullshitting, but go ahead.
But it's if that's the case, then it's fucked up. Like, you got this motherfucker, and then you got this one.
So it's always the lesser of two evils, is the point.
And I mean, at your point, it's what's more important to you.
Exactly, and that's what this vote comes down to: is what is more important to you, and that's why you can't have these conversations with people anymore.
For all the other shit.
Because you can't have these conversations anymore because now it's just too personal. That's just it's not rationale. It's not what's best for my community. It's not what's best for my state. It's not what's best for everybody. Whether you claim you're Republican or Democrat, the mindset right now for the majority of the people who identify as these two parties is about me, not the greater party, me as a Democrat. These are my Democrat beliefs. These are my Republican beliefs. And I don't care about anybody else. And so until people are really back to trying to do things for a community, for the greater good, as I say, we are fossils now. So we got to prepare our children to change their minds and be the next generation that unites and comes together. Not on some bullshit kumbaya shit, but on some, hey, we've got to do better for, us, the planet. You don't need no more viral breakouts every couple years. You know what I mean? This is madness, regardless of who's in the White House. I don't care if it was Trump. I don't care if it was Obama. I don't care if it was my mama. If somebody knew that COVID-19 was coming, it was going to fuck people up, and chose not to say something, that is enough for me. You have 200,000, 210,000 lives on your hands because you chose to not say anything and then didn't have a plan to make sure by you concealing the truth, you could contain it. Like I said before, I don't have a problem if he didn't want to tell anybody. We don't know about a lot of shit. They're just releasing shit about UFOs and, bombings, unclassifying files and shit, Kennedy assassination, Martin Luther King. They're just, the Information Act is giving people the opportunity to view into the secret shit. But there's all kinds of shit that we don't know about. And this is not probably the first time somebody's tried to come at us with some sort of biological warfare. But we were just able to go ahead and circumvent the spread of this happening. This time, for whatever reason, we couldn't because we didn't have a plan. And that is why he's got to go. That's it. All that other, tabloidy and shit and, the shit that's going to land him in jail, with his finance fraud and all that type of shit. All that other shit I don't care about. This is the thing now. And if you can justify all those people dying because he chose not to tell us and lied to us and said, don't be worried, go out. He led you to death. So if you rock with that, cool. Why don't you tell me to wrap it up? Now, if he was clowning me, you'd be over here telling stories and shit like that.
I got lost.
You got lost, like that TV series?
I remember that.
So, speaking of lost, Jada Pinkett Smith dropped 2 bombs in 1 week. I guess her show's coming back on, and the Gloria Stefan's people have a show too. So shit's coming back. She's doing press runs. First thing she said was that it is harder to be the cheater in the relationship than it is to be the one that was cheated on should the couples come together. So I wanted to ask you, do you believe that? Is it harder to be the person who fucked up than the person who was cheated on?
I don't think so. I think the person that's cheated on, that scars you, and the other, it's just you. I mean, you've already established how selfish you are, so why should you worry about that?
And that's why it might be harder. See that attitude you just hit me with? A brother who's never cheated on you before, who has been faithful to you, and that attitude you was able to project, that place you were able to go to pain and bring it. That's hard to deal with every day, especially when you are trying to love someone unconditionally. And they have this hate or anger about them towards you that is justifiable, because you can't really say, you know what, you stop tripping and get over it. well, you should have got over and not fuck that bitch or whatever, whatever the comeback would be. It's an instant argument because you fucked up. So maybe in some circumstances it's better to just move on than try to, keep the relationship together. But I feel like I can see where the cheater might feel that way, but the person who was cheated on, I feel that's a deeper wound, because that trust is broken. And then if you're there, you're probably not trusting, you're vulnerable, judging, why am I still here after this person has done this?
Yep. It takes a lot of, you putting yourself in the back burner, accepting him back, because you know what you're going into. Yes, you're accepting him, but you won't forget. You just won't forget. I don't think there's... Just won't.
So you don't think there's no amount of time that passes?
You're always going to remember. There's always going to be doubt. And where there is doubt, I feel the relationship is just broken.
So let me ask you this. Would it matter how early in the relationship it occurred? Let's say it was just like within the first few months of dating, you were seriously dating, and then, I did mess with somebody else. Can you let that go early?
Everybody's different. To me, I was in a relationship in an entanglement.
And so this was a previous entanglement?
Oh, yes, way before you.
Yeah, of course. No, of course it had to be.
I've way, but before you.
Nothing with you.
Before you. Yeah, I would... You
had a life before me? Wow. Go ahead.
I know. It's crazy, right?
Crazy, yeah.
Sometimes I get flashbacks and it's like, what the fuck? But...
You get flashbacks like, what the fuck?
Like, shit, thank you, Jesus. That's all right. I ain't gonna complain because the socks are there today.
All right, but go ahead. So you said you were in a relationship prior to us, and dude cheated.
Yeah, and I think we were, was it like a year and almost a half?
Wow, so
we were together, and I was able to. It was hard, but then I'm like, wait, fuck this, So I'm like, forget him. Like, he's losing, not me. Like, I'm winning. So
when did he cheat? And then you stayed?
He didn't cheat.
So then what
I'm just saying.
What is relative to this conversation?
You're saying how soon or how late in the relationship. I'm just giving you the example of, I dated this motherfucker for like a year almost a year and a half.
And then you woke up one day like, why am I in this relationship?
It was probably the first few weeks was difficult.
Okay.
And then after that, no more than a month, I was just like, fuck this.
Oh, that's how long it took you to get over here?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say, what I'm saying is, let's say in that relationship with dude for the year and a half, let's say within the first 2 months he cheated. Would you overlook that, or is that ultimately end of the relationship?
No.
Okay, let's say a year and a half into the relationship.
So why even be in a relationship if that's the case? If you're gonna be cheating, like, if you want to be with somebody else, just be with somebody else.
Okay. And there's no scenario, I got drunk, I was faded, the homegirl just got out of jail. There's no scenario.
You're never too drunk or faded.
I know. Hey, who are you talking to?
So, no means no.
Yes, exactly. Who are you talking to? So, I'm asking hypotheticals. I want to know a woman's point of view, and the only woman that I know is sitting right across from me.
I better be.
Of course. Yeah, you better be.
The only important... Well, no, your mama's important too. But
right, my sister, yes. I understand what you're saying, babe. No, that was just a question to me. So, it's crazy that...
I mean, to me, it's not no. There's no way you don't tolerate that. You don't.
So let me bring it back to Jada. What about dating the homeboy or dating the ex-boyfriend's homeboy after you have dated? So let's say you and year and a half break up, and then year and a half had a homie that you thought was cute, nice or whatever, and he approaches you like, yo, I heard you and year and a half ain't messing around no more. What's cracking? I want to take you to Applebee's. Would you date him?
They weren't even okay. Well, she's saying now that she was dating him, but they only went to lunch one day.
So they went
with her parents. Like,
so they went out on a date with Carlton
when they went out for lunch.
So I mean, but it's a date though.
It's not really a date because her family was there.
So he just randomly came to have.
Or some shit like that.
Have you ever had dudes just come with moms and pops and eat, and they're just random dudes? That's you bringing your dude around, or someone that you want to present to your moms or pops,
No,
right?
because that's the first date ever. The first date ever. Like, well,
who knows?
That's fucking weird. Red flag. Just like cheating. Nah.
Maybe that was what they were doing back then. Who knows? So, okay.
So what? Like, what's wrong with bringing the shank? Why you gotta bring your parents? Like, if you're that scared?
Well, on our first date, you had a buck knife. He was out there like fucking Crocodile Dundee and shit. You had a rooster on the side of it.
Well, guess what?
I was like, who the fuck am I fucking with over here? But let me ask you. So you and Year and a Half break up, and then Year and a Half's homie tries to holler at you. The dude that you were dating for a year and a half.
Oh my God, really?
It's a hypothetical. So I can ask you this question. Year and a half.
That's confusing.
Okay, you are in a relationship for a year and a half. You and your boyfriend break up. Your boyfriend has a homie who you thought was cute and nice, and he tries to kick it to you.
No, you don't do that. Fuck
okay,
no.
So you're not a homie hopper.
No.
Okay.
Babe, really?
I know. I'm asking you a question. How long have we been together? I cannot ask you that question. That's just that.
Like, why would you even ask? That's stupid. Like, you already know the answer.
We're having a conversation. And so, I'm all right.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. See, there you go. What do you think we're doing here?
Okay, but no, I wouldn't do that. That's no.
No judgment if you are the homie hopper. I just don't condone
homie hopper or whatever.
I'm not saying you are.
But you can go ahead, do you, boo.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to hop homies, that's on you. Get to hopping.
Is it a hip hop?
A hip hop. Oh, there you go. You feeling it? But yeah, man, we definitely. I don't really look out for shit like biopics or whatever. But if Will and Jada decide to do a biopic, you know how fire that's gonna be with their lives. They got Pac, they got shit that Will went through in the music industry. You know, you could throw Quincy Jones. There'd be a lot of big shit. I would sit there if it was like I'd probably watch a 10-part miniseries on the life of Will and Jada, just everything. I think that would be pretty fire. And I don't even like that type of bullshit. But they got a lot going on over there. And like I said, they got some new episodes of their show, Red Table Talk. And then I think that Gloria Stefan and another, she is a telenovela journalist talk show host. I forget what her name is. She's doing it too. So salutes to them. Speaking of Latinas, man, we over here just flowing. Speaking of Latinas, how do you feel about the double standard that exists between how sons are treated differently than daughters in Latin culture? You being, and I'm asking you this question because you are a daughter, right? And you have a brother, right? So how do you feel that? I sent you a video, I forget the gentleman's name, of a poem or something he wrote that, was talking about he was not going to pass on the way his sister was treated. Like, he could go out and have girlfriends, but his sister couldn't because they didn't know what to do, or they couldn't handle it or whatnot.
No, I mean, it ain't right. It ain't right because that's one thing that I had to deal with.
Yeah.
So so no, I wouldn't. I'm gonna teach Tito to make sure he needs to help his woman. Mm-hmm. He needs to. Yeah. To me, if you were somebody that would just wanted to be waited on and shit, like, it wouldn't work. No.
Oh, like, of course not. No, that's crystal clear.
Like, you know what? I'll cook for you.
Facts.
I'll get all your shit together, whatever. Yeah. Because it's just you don't do it right. Yeah. So I'll get to.
You get my shit together because I don't do it right. So explain to me what this shit is that you get
like. You
together.
Be washing clothes and you just don't.
I don't do it your way.
No, it's like, I don't know, the clothes be coming out like stiff. I don't think you put detergent and shit.
So I just throw clothes in and turn on the water.
Like, I don't know.
I just wash with water.
So
let the Lord get the germs out. Our president says, "You're crazy." But so yeah, that's something you had to deal with. How does that feel to be treated not as an equal person And let me ask you, was it only fathers or was it mothers as well? What did you get it? Do most typical Latinas get it from or not typical, but do most Latinas get it from both parents, or is it more male dominated? Is the father the one that imposes more of that on you?
No, the mother. It's crazy. Well, in my situation, it was my mom, because it wasn't. I have other friends, and their parents were. It was the other way around.
It was the dad.
So, I mean.
But your mom runs a
combination.
house,
so, yeah, we, but yeah, and it was crazy because Claudia, she didn't care for any of that. For her, it's like, fuck, I want to learn how to change brakes.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to. And my dad, he's just like, cool.
Yeah.
But when it comes to aspects of curfew, shit like that, or being modest, like not going out with your boobs exposed and shit. Like when it came to that, he was very firm about it.
Yeah, of course, he doesn't want his daughters going out looking half crazy.
So,
if
but
I had a
other
daughter,
than if you had a boyfriend, okay, I want to meet his ass. You want a boyfriend? I gotta meet his ass.
Okay, so I think
shit
that's
like that.
Cool.
But it was always like,
oh,
Tito. Eli didn't really have any of that. It's just I don't know. I mean, to me, I didn't see anything wrong of it at the time.
Right.
Wrong about it at the time.
So I know we'll never have a daughter, but if we had a daughter, how would you deal with her at that age, at that dating age? Like for you, what's a good age?
The same day I would deal with Tito.
So when can Diami start dating?
I would like her for her to be modest. Like I don't,
So let's say
that's one thing, but other than that, I wouldn't be as strict as my mom was. Like fuck.
When can Diami start dating?
When he's like out of the house.
Now. Wait. When he's out of the house. So he has to physically have an address outside of your house to be able to date someone?
Probably his senior year would be okay.
So senior year?
Yeah. Wants to make sure, like, all right, 11th, see how you're doing, and if it's good, then hey, as long as you stay focused.
Okay.
Because.
And are you going to be with the parent that's like all up in the Kool-Aid, like, hey, how you doing?
No, I'll be saying how I'll say, I need to know where she at.
Are you going to try to be the buddy girlfriend mom?
No, I'll be nice. I'll be nice, but we ain't going to be going to the mall together if that's what you're trying to.
Are you going to take her side over him? Like most women, are you going to
take the right side? Well, I'm going to take the side that I think is.
Really? So if Diami's in the wrong, like let's say
that I agree with and that I think.
So let's say he creeps.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, would you like your dad to do that to me?
He'd be like, no.
All right then, don't do it to other women.
I'm not married. I'm out here.
I don't give a fuck. Don't do it to other women.
I'm doing my thing, man. I'm poking.
Either she okay with it because she a hoe. Or she ain't, and it ain't good for you to treat women like that.
She don't need to know, man.
No.
You caught me, but just don't say that because I'm your baby boy. Send me poke out here, man. What if Diami told you that? Just send me poke out here. He was like 18. He told you that.
Probably slap his ass.
He would never say that.
Poke your ass in that damn room. Your dick in a sock. Shit, cause no, I don't mind washing them.
You crazy. Oh man. But yeah, so the double standard is real. But I will say you see more men trying to raise their daughters the right way and teach them independence. I mean, hey,
like whatever works for you. Shit. Who am I to say what's right or wrong? Whatever the fuck works for you.
Right.
To me, that ain't gonna work. Cause you fucking relieve me a lot. Like from, a long day, you come in and you take over.
Yeah, we were talking about the Mandalorian, but what am I? The Mandalorian? What is it? No, I think it's comedy because that's that old mindset. If you help your wife, then you're a Mandalorian or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But the way I look at it is this is our relationship, and this is our life, and I want you to help me, and I'm gonna go ahead and in turn help you. You know what I mean? Now, again, I might not do all the shit right, but
I'm getting over that.
Yeah, you've been a lot better.
Just like whatever.
You've been allowing me to help more, so I'm good with that.
If you want me to get better, get me a pen. I'll just breeze on by the entire day.
No, we trying to find the right strain for you, right? So we were going to say this for the end of the episode, but this is a great segue. So let's talk about this. We were talking about dating and teens in their 17s, 18-year-olds who are dating and getting up in age. How do you feel about teenagers who are 17, 18, who are using marijuana already without a medical prescription?
For what?
Recreation, I don't know.
Recreation, go to the park. What the fuck? Why do you need, like, if you're sick because you have ADD, ADHD, whatever the fuck, or cancer, like, okay,
yeah,
you know what, I wouldn't mind an eating form,
yeah, but not smoking.
But because you want to fucking have fun,
yeah,
grab a book and read, like, I don't know, get a hobby.
So if there's some anxiety, if there's something that the kid has,
yeah, I mean, that's fine.
And the parents choose to medicate with marijuana under, doctor's orders, or maybe it's, a religious, a spiritual thing, whatever. Maybe that's what the culture practices. I understand that. I am definitely not for recreational use of marijuana for children that are under the age of 21. I know some people say, well, 18's a cool age. But no, I think they should have to be at least,
you can't even drink at 18.
At 21, in my opinion.
It's empowering at times.
Especially if you're going into dispensaries, things of that nature. You know what I mean?
I've been getting stuck in shit. I haven't got stuck in a while.
From what, drinking? I've never been around you when you've been stuck from drinking.
No, from smoking.
Well, you know what? Because we are not the do-it-biggers. You know what I mean?
Shit, sometimes it'd be nice.
Well, then you gotta let me know. I do it so my knees don't hurt. And, I do it so I'm not walking around like Frankenstein monster after walking my, 5 miles a day. I like how it makes my body feel when I go lay down at the end of the night, and that's it. It helps me get a good night's sleep so I can get up and I can, as Jay-Z said, do it again, So I went almost 10 years cold turkey when we got together, like 10, 11 or something. So I'm recently back to, and that's because of the exercise and stuff that we put in. So educate your teen and get them to understand what they're getting into. And so I want to shout out a close friend of ours who listens, Wendy, because this was a topic she wanted us to talk about in regards to teenagers anyway, between 17 and 18, and marijuana. But shout out to her, because what she's doing is she's allowing her son to grow and cultivate some plants, which he's not gonna roll them up and
sure, he can teach us how to do it.
But I think to teach your child,
that's cool,
something that brings life. You can grow some weed, you can grow tomatoes and onions.
Imagine how relaxing that is.
And yeah, it's very fulfilling. Very fulfilling. I can't do it. I have a horrible green
thumb. Had
thumb.
A project today of that.
Yeah, you guys killed that.
He was like gassing my mom. He's like, mira, ay, grandma, qué bonito te está queda. Oh wow, you're gonna make it look beautiful. I was like, this motherfucker. And then my mom's like, oh sí. And she's like, y si le ponemos hormigas if we put ants? Grandma, sí. So he put she was drawing ants there in the dirt, but it was about soil and the roots, and he went to go get roots from outside our grass.
Yeah,
he colored it, he painted them there. We did the coffee, the big coffee pot, like filters.
Yeah,
I had boiled I made what is it, beet salad.
Made beet salad
for today.
Fire.
So
but we'll talk about that later.
I use the water from that to paint those, and then I use some sunflower seeds to put the seeds in the middle, and he cut a stem and put some
grass. Took some grass from outside.
No, some leaves, some fake leaves.
Oh, okay.
And they had to label everything.
But he had a stem. He had the grass too for the roots or whatever. Yeah. You guys did the collaboration was wonderful. The taking of the household items and turning them into making it look like a flower was off the chain. My original, you guys shitted on my original idea. I was like, we're gonna make this using Star Wars, Transformers, and Marvel superhero stickers, and you made a beautiful. I can't wait to show folks, but you made something really dope, and he was really into it. So those are the things I want you to think about.
It was fun seeing him do that, because I told him, Grandma's creative, she likes doing this. And then she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, you should have her help you. And she started helping, but they started getting bossy. So she's like, oh, I'm not going to do this then if you're going to be like that. She's like, okay, Grandma, I'm sorry, but what I was trying to tell you is that it's my project. I want to have my own ideas. And then she's like, okay, but you have to ask nicely.
So he told her all this in Spanish, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what we should do? We should get that and frame it for her and give it to her. I think she'll really like that. Because that's a memory, right there. Especially, her being gone for a minute, coming back. It was good that they were able to spend that time, you know what I mean? I forgot what I was going to ask you. That's crazy. I had something on the tip of my tongue that I wanted to ask
something else
you.
on the tip of your tongue?
Hey, no. You know what? Last time, let me not respond to that because I got me in trouble last time, and I went to bed highly frustrated. I was highly sensitive. Let me go into the last little topic of the show. Has the racial sensitivity gone too far when it comes to brands having to change logos, names? You're familiar with the Eskimo pie. So Eskimo pie has changed their name, or will change their name. So if you see it and you're like, nah, you tripping, it still says Eskimo pie. It is going to change in 2021 to Eddie's Pie. So Eddie is the owner of the original owner of the Eskimo Pie Company, I guess. And so it's gonna be called Eddie's Pie. So let me ask you, is that, people complained about Aunt Jemima, people complained about, Uncle Ben, people complained about, all these different things. Have we gone too far?
It's crazy. I was coloring today when we were doing the project. I was looking at that box.
Yeah.
And one of the colors was Indian red, Crayola.
Right.
And this is an old school box. They don't have that anymore. There's another company that took it. That took it. That's another company that took it off too.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they want to be, if they think they owe it to the people, then that's that's cool. But to me, like, okay, if it's
what if it was beaner pie?
Would if it's a beaner pie, like, I would be like really?
And it had a. I
mean, a lot of these people.
A character of a.
Is that a lot of these
stereotypical
people,
Hispanic man.
A lot of people, they genuinely don't think like, oh yeah, that's
right.
There's something wrong with it.
Well, because you're not on that. You're not on that.
I wouldn't. End. Yeah.
If you've never felt the anger that comes with the use of the word beaner or, nigger or spick or any of those derogatory words, if you've never felt that be directed to you with the anger, you don't understand it. Because if it's just a casual word that you run around and you say all day, like, people get mad when people say nigga now, You shouldn't say it, because it was a derogatory word that had derogatory energy that we turned into a positive.
And the thing is that I say that a lot, and I have no business saying it either. But
I think you've been more mindful of using it, especially around my son, because it's something I don't use around him at all. And so, you've been better. It's not as an excuse, but when you grow up in a community and that is the way people talk, the way that people speak, you know, and you are part of that community, you start speaking that way. That when you go outside of that community into other communities where that's not how you speak and that's not how you talk, then you need to understand that that might be cool over here, but it ain't cool over here, and I gotta watch myself. Because even as a mixed African American man, I would go places, and because of my complexion or when I had hair, how I had my hair at the time, brothers would check me like, nigga, what you talking about? And you gotta, oh, my pops is black. You know, you have to have that conversation. But around the people who knew me, knew my father, that's how we spoke. It wasn't an issue. So it's just it comes down to
I don't say it.
Oh, yeah, that well, yeah, of course.
Any black person, I don't say it. I mean, well, to you, but I don't say it anywhere else. I just don't, you know.
And you shouldn't.
I'll say it when I'm talking to Eli or whatever, but I won't say it to another black person. Because I don't think, to me, it's just, I shouldn't probably say it at all, but I don't know.
Well, as I always tell people that use the word or any derogatory word, you just have to be ready for the consequences and the repercussions that, that come with that,
I just don't want to offend anybody.
Right. So it's just best not to go there. You know what I mean? And again, you're not out here in the streets at the liquor store like, yo, what's up?
I remember I had asked Pooh once. What's up, Pooh? That
shout out to my boy Pooh.
If how would he
would
he be okay? But I never do because I just don't. It's
a comfortability thing, and it's not. If you're not comfortable in saying it, if you feel like you have to, and this isn't anything, just not words that can offend people. But if you're not confident in your words, you shouldn't say them. You should be confident with everything that comes out of your mouth at the end of the day. So. The Eddie Pie situation, at the end of the day, if that's your business move, if you feel like it's something you should do, because now you look at it, and Eskimo might, apparently is not a term that some people and I don't even know who they're referring to. I know that Alaska Airlines has a big face of a Native American on the, on the card that is synonymous to me with the word that Eddie's is no longer using, right? So that's what I say. That's how they rock you to sleep, to the insensitive, insensitivity, and then maybe make you too sensitive because you're so outraged. Once you step back and you see, like, wow, this is what I've been supporting, then everything gotta go. But to each their own. And if I don't know if it's going to hurt the brand. I don't know if people are going to stop buying it. People with sweet tooths, rest in peace, my boy Norm, are pretty loyal to they brand. They'll smash out of a Burger King if they don't have the Toll House Hook cookies. With everybody in the car got an empty stomach and we just want to eat. And we leave it because you couldn't get the Toll House pimping. But R.I.P. to my boy, man. Before we get out of here, baby, did I miss anything? Because you're always like, oh, we didn't even talk about this one thing. But I think we hit everything, right?
I think so.
You still feeling good? All right. So thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Moragnes. You know where you can find us: Spotify, Facebook, Instagram. So just go ahead and
find me there.
Google, us as far as the podcast. Google the Moragnes podcast. Again, thanks for listening. And we'll holla at you. Peace.
Adios.